jump to the plate. Let's jump. I bet you didn't know.
Now, kids, I'm gonna guess you're not as good a jumper as I am, Cloud Strife, and even I can't jump all the way to the plate. I can't even jump down from the plate without a grappling hook.
Yeah.
And you know, and
this fancy man.
he's a doctor. It's why he's smoking the pipe and wearing the lab coat, so everybody knows he's the doctor. This is another instance of this NPC, like, he's saying a line right now, but it's ducked low and the subtitles aren't showing up. I don't know what causes this. And I get really hacked off when I'm trying to get through these episodes quickly, and the NPCs say their lines, but don't say them. Aerith, did you need to knock over those stools? Is it really entirely necessary? So this is...
blocks are so blue.
They are very blue. They're nice Mako Reactor 5 blue. So this is really easy to miss, but all the kids who we helped round up earlier, this is annoying because those kids over in the corner who are talking about nourishment for my heart and my body, they only have the one bark. So you may start accidentally triggering it, but these kids, they have like 10 barks here. After they're in here doing their lesson, after you help them out with the Toad King. They have a bunch of lines.
This assignment is just a mountain of homework. Miss Folia sure can be tough.
None of them have paper.
No, they don't. They're all just drawing on the table. They really thought you weren't gonna come in here, even though they recorded all these lines.
I'm gonna tell everyone I know about the helpful soldier who helps people. Then you can help them too.
Presumably, you know, they modeled this room without paper on the tables, and they didn't want to like change the models just for once these kids were sitting in here. The solution would have been, I think, to model the tables with paper on it in the first place. But you know, listen,
Those old folks always have lots of
a
errands.
lot of people make a video game.
Yep.
Stuff falls through the cracks, or in some cases, giant cracks appear places where they aren't supposed to be.
We have to get a whole lot stronger first, though. Like really strong.
You can solve problems with things other than muscles.
Like Triple Slash. It's a great puzzle solver.
Studying always makes my head hurt.
Felt.
What about you? Did you like school when you were a kid?
Sometimes. Occasionally.
Go on patrol, play, study. There's no time to rest.
Are you still hung up on trying to figure out if you liked school? You like
No.
took a deep breath?
It's because
didn't
I
say
had a
anything.
thought and I was weighing on if I wanted to say it now or if I wanted to say it when there are not mics rolling. Because I was like, it's a funny thing, but I don't know if it's like a recording appropriate funny thing.
I see.
Because it is school related, so it's like
Man, this assignment
people related. So we'll sorry, audience watching at home, no story for you.
Even though it seemed like they looped there, they still haven't given one of the barks that I wanted, which is...
Miss Folia sometimes goes off alone at night.
Oh?
Nobody knows where. Do you?
It sounds like we should follow her, obviously.
Pretty good at following people.
Thanks for all your help today.
Anyway.
I'm gonna tell everyone I know.
Now we've heard everything that they have to say.
We did never find out what her dream was, that
No,
she
we
went
didn't.
off to pursue
No,
the other
she
night.
said, I gotta get stuff wrapped up with the kids because I have to get ready for something I have to go do tonight. We didn't find out about it. We didn't find out what that was. Perhaps we will later.
Yeah?
Perhaps not. Maybe it's just a mystery left for the internet forums to speculate about if they dug deep enough to find this.
True, true.
Simply the implication of a rich inner life instead of actually writing anything. It's easy! Shut up, Doctor. Shut up, Doctor. Don't tell me what to do.
You used to tell people to smoke cigarettes.
What do you know? Trying to tell me to smile more?
I'm still thinking about that Andor scene.
Which scene are you talking about?
Where Mon Mothma...
She's telling
Smile.
she's telling him to keep smiling casually as she's talking to him about acts of sedition.
Yes.
Thought they were protecting the reactor.
I just...
figured
That
I'd
was...
passing on their turf or
There's
something.
some book that's like popular right now about like feminine
Almost feel
rage.
sorry for her.
Okay.
And I was just like, that's igniting feminine rage in me.
Man or machine?
Being told to smile more.
Shinra bitches get what they deserve.
hold
All right.
Now hold on there. he was having a whole he had a moment of sympathy for the robots of like maybe they were just confused. They thought they were still in the reactor. Wait, nah, never mind. F them.
And sorry about putting this behind you all.
Hey, listen, every NPC can't be a winner.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Actually, while you're
This guy in particular can't be a winner because he can't decide if his shirt exists or not.
in front of the weapons shop. I think he might need your help. Would you mind talking to him?
He seems a little bent wrist.
Marks like you can do a lot of good. Help the old
Tank
guy out.
top. He's got the suns out, guns out. He got the pink shorts, the white kicks.
Maybe this is just all he could find in the
Maybe
scrap.
I've been watching a lot of Queer Eye, but that man, he does not have a firm wrist.
The emergency shelters in sectors 1, 5.
Oh, I know you.
You do?
You must be that mercenary.
I mean,
I have a problem. It's the anniversary of my wife's death, and I wanted to visit her grave. But I can't because some creatures have turned the graveyard into their nest.
I see.
Could you do me a favor and go there in my stead? She shouldn't be alone today.
That is so sweet and
It'll
sad.
cost you.
That's fine.
Loud. He hasn't been paid by anybody yet. The only money we got was stolen.
Broken one. Now that those creatures have moved in, I'm sure it's locked up tight.
Didn't we buy a graveyard key off Moggy? I think we did.
Did that Moogle lock up the graveyard? Why would he do that?
Because there are monsters in there. He's trying to keep
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
safe,
yeah.
keep them happy.
Up by the river's head. But I suspect you're gonna need a key to get past the new gate they put in. I'll admit I wasn't the best husband to her, far from it. And it's too late to make it up to her, I suppose, but nevertheless.
There's bits to the NPC writing in this game where it's like I think sometimes they do better than others. Like I think the stuff with the kids and with Miss Folia was like simple, direct, and it worked just fine. But like none of the side NPCs other than Betty that we interacted with in Sector 7 were really all that memorable or like had anything going on even when they tried to give them a little something. And like Scared Man isn't really a character. Old man. There's like a real element of like they're trying to stop saying about you're not going to tell me which friend thinks I'm hot. You're of no use to me. Shut up. There's like I don't know. There's a
Do you really need another lady? You have two already. Like
what are you talking about?
Like you have a date with Tifa.
Uh-huh.
I think Aerith is like supposed to also be a potential. Like,
Wait, Aerith's into me? This changes everything. Holy shit! If I didn't have you to explain these things to my autistic ass, we'd never be able to figure that. I don't know what I would do.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry for the viewers at home, but I'm not waiting to show you this because it's hilarious.
So I forgot to do this when we were first coming through the scrapyard, but this door was closed. That was why we had to do the whole loop around before. I forgot to do this when we first came through several episodes ago, but you can come here, flip a switch, and create a shortcut, get through here a lot faster.
Nice. This is an image that Spencer sent me earlier.
Ooh, boy.
Can you tell which one he is?
Oh, I can tell which one he
Okay,
is.
right.
The autistic one?
It's just like
You guys just get to use your imagination about what the hell that means.
I was just like, damn, babe, it's a good thing I love you already. And he was like, you realize this is what you're telling me, like, because you mentioned high school reunions earlier. We went to his, and as we were leaving, he said something about like, if I had known those people were into me back then, and I just went, Spencer, back then. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, Spencer, when a woman puts her hand on your arm and chest and is like, we should really catch up sometime, she's not uninterested. Why do you think I kept my hand on your back the entire time we were in there? Like, because they were doing it in front of me. These women are not uninterested, my guy. Completely. He was just like,
boy.
He like sat and thought about that for a minute. Like it was a quiet ride home. Like it was just like I
don't think I'm that bad.
I think it just genuinely like does not occur to him that like that's what that means.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing I'm a blunt person. I was just like, all right, so when are you asking me out?
Anyway, so we're gonna get to see the nail bat in action on some actual enemies now.
Nice.
And this is kind of a tough fight that we're going into here.
Okay.
Because these enemies, we're fighting a couple of Nash strikes. They're stronger versions of the kind of like scorpion spider thingies we were fighting in the tunnels.
Okay.
These dudes can poison you and put you to sleep. They can do, and they can slow you down with their spider webs. So they can hit you with 3 different pretty bad status effects.
Okay.
I got your number.
So for this fight, I have equipped Cloud with when we helped Scared Man out. He gave us protective boots, which make us immune to slow and stop. So I've made Cloud immune to slow. Even if he stands in these spider webs, he's fine.
That's pretty cool.
But Cloud can still be poisoned. Aerith, I gave her the Star Pendant, which makes her immune to poison.
Okay.
What I did do is I gave Cloud Chakra, which is a healing move we discussed previously, which doesn't cost MP, and it cures poison.
Okay.
So, as I stated previously, if you hit a lightweight enemy with the baseball bat, you can launch them through the air.
That's pretty cool.
These guys are not necessarily insanely difficult to stagger, but they do move around a lot, and you can stagger them with ice if they stand still long enough for you to hit them with it. Or if there's since these do have larger hitboxes, maybe you can get 2 who are standing together. But yeah, they can shoot that cloud at you, and that puts you to sleep. They don't even have to use a special attack to poison you. Their basic swing can poison you.
Oh, great.
You'll notice Cloud hasn't even gotten hit that much, but he's almost at critical health. Because poison actually does do a decent amount of damage. And then there's poison him immediately again.
Great. Love that.
And put him to sleep. This fight
Perfect.
can actually be pretty tough. I talked about the fight with the eyeballs, is annoying, but you're probably not going to game over on it. These guys can kind of kick your ass if you come in here not knowing what you're getting into.
Great.
Because there's 3 of them. They're all firing off, one of them will be right on top of you, swinging poison claws at you. See, that guy just swung poison claws at you as another guy shot sleep gas at where Aerith was a second ago. These guys can completely lock you down.
Yeah.
And currently, we don't have any abilities or items that make us immune to sleep. So the only option on that one is just to try and spot it coming and dodge it. But anyway, that's the new ability we have for Aerith, Sorceress Storm, which is she just causes a big explosion of lightning magic around her.
Love that.
It is not lightning elemental though. It's just flat. It's just flat magic damage. So you don't have to worry about if someone's resistant to lightning or absorbs lightning or whatever, you can still use it on them. It is a really good, actually, damage option for Aerith. It does a good bit of damage. It's worth using even against single targets sometimes. Especially if she's low on MP, you can do a good bit of damage with that at no cost.
Okay. The sleep thingy that they shoot, as long as the fog's there, can it affect you?
Yeah.
Or ooh,
Yeah, you gotta wait for the fog to dissipate.
that sucks. It doesn't take as long as the stuff that the last guy was throwing out, though, to go away.
Nope, it goes away pretty quick.
I really did.
Aerith's immune to poison, and she still got taken out. These guys, like I said, these guys aren't messing around. These guys can actually ruin you if you're not ready for it. I was considering putting a Phoenix down on Aerith, but I was like, I'm gonna get a little bit further away from this guy first.
Yeah, that's fair.
You okay?
I could finish this right now because Cloud's got a limit break. He's taken so much damage from poison over the course of the fight that he's already got a limit gauge full. And Aerith's halfway there too, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take advantage of Provoke by switching to Aerith and just let that guy bully Cloud for 60 seconds. And he's just going to totally leave Aerith alone as long as Cloud has critical health. Or sorry, as long as Aerith has critical health.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're still doing okay.
But if I switch back to Cloud, then it becomes a free thinker again. But it doesn't matter because we got him. I won't say easy peasy, but at least we got through it.
I didn't even think about potentially using Provoke in that way.
Hey,
But that is...
you want to say a prayer too?
Oh, that's sweet.
I think you've got it covered.
Very big vibe shift in the 2 tracks there.
Yeah, no, the that theme is the theme that plays in the scrapyard is that is one of my favorite tracks from the original game that I was like, well, I guess that's not fair. It's not one of my favorites. It's a really memorable track that I was wondering will they preserve like the vibe of this because the original was very like beep boopy and funky. And I really like what they wound up doing with it in this version of the game. I considered editing in one of our music comparisons like I did in some of the earlier episodes, but I didn't quite have time when I was prepping these to add that in.
That's cool.
Perhaps another time. Well, actually, I'll probably put it like the ending of one of the previous episodes. I'll just play it for you later for fun.
Yay.
Don't have to put it in the episode.
I'm really grateful for what you did. Here's your reward.
Oh, nice.
I owe him a lot. Maybe more than I can ever repay. And now I owe you a lot too. I know it's not much, but I hope it makes up for it a little bit.
We paid our respects to your wife, and we took care of those creatures.
Oh, that's such a relief to hear. I can't tell you how much it was weighing on my mind. I was beginning to think I might never be able to visit her grave again. With my bad back and my legs, my whole body's a mess, frankly. I didn't think I could make it past the creatures. But I was prepared to die trying, and then you two came along. Still, I've got to face facts. Creatures or no, I can't keep making these trips.
Don't say that.
This is the graveyard key. Run it back to Moggy.
But I just told you about my legs.
Why don't you just give it back?
Hey.
Okay. It'll cost you 5,000 gil, though.
It's just down the street.
It's always money with you people.
What if we put our thinking caps on?
I won't ask you for anything else. I'll take your damned key and give it to the boy. It's downright depressing. What is the
What are we putting our thinking caps on for, Aiden?
Giving him the key.
We probably
Being like, hey, you can have the key to go visit your wife.
Had to.
Don't take it back to the
They
kid.
didn't know if you were worth it yet. But now they do. Come on, let's go home.
Who are involved with the ongoing investigation.
Hey, looking for a new weapon?
money? That's all you kids think about. Not a
Yes, you're right. He was giving him. He was handing the guy the graveyard key. Maybe he was telling him stop feeling so sorry for himself.
I die. Maybe it's not too late for kids to learn that life's about more than just
No,
money.
I really love what the other guy has to say here.
You're a real dick, you know that? Right, he's all fired up again.
See, Cloud knows what he's doing. He's encouraging people.
I don't know if you knew, but he used to offer free lessons to all the street kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, you calmed down really
Yeah,
fast.
I was one of those street kids.
I see.
All right, whatever you say, dude. What a story! What a story, Mark. Now let's go and talk to an NPC who's actually well thought out and richly characterized, fully fleshed out, real human being. Chadley, the boy wonder with a chemical lab in his knapsack, possibly. I don't know what he's up to.
I have become acquainted with a real life person named Chad Brad.
No, you haven't. You made that up. You're making that up. Also, a spiky bracer worn to express one's inner rebel.
Oh my
That's how we
goodness.
got our quest reward there. Tell me about... Oh, is his first name Chad Brad?
No.
Is his last name Brad?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
That's the whole story. He's a fine human being.
okay.
But he's Chad Brad.
Oh boy.
The first time somebody, I don't remember why, but I was writing his name down, and I was like, that is not his real name, because I knew his name was Chad. I knew his name was Chad. I was like, hey, what's Chad's last name? And they're like, Brad. And I was like, no, it's not.
No, you're messing with me. Shut up. We don't have a lot of time here. I gotta write this down.
It's like, no, it's not. They're like, no, really.
I'm helping him with his taxes. You gotta tell me his real name.
Chad Brad. I was like, no.
Alrighty, so Chadley has Shiva for us to fight in VR.
Okay.
Shiva is the traditional ice elemental summon in Final
Perfect.
Fantasy games. Usually the first two people you get in a Final Fantasy game are Ifrit and Shiva. They're kind of low-level elemental theme. They're not going to be the best damage in the game. They're typically some of the ones you run into first.
Okay.
So we're giving both of our characters here fire attacks, because, surprise, surprise, she doesn't like fire very much. And I'm also giving Cloud ice mitigation. ice
Okay.
and elemental on his defensive accessory.
Great.
To reduce incoming ice damage, and putting protective boots on him, or rather keeping them on him, because she leaves like trails of ice on the ground.
Great.
And if you get hit by those, that can affect you with slow. Since Cloud's going to be kind of chasing her around, I want to make sure that he's protected
He can
against
move.
that. Aerith might be able to stay out of the way, so I prioritize Cloud over her in this instance. And again, we're giving Aerith the spectral cogwheel, where her limit bar fills up as she casts magic, giving her 2 MP ups. So she's got a lot of MP because we're gonna shoot a lot of fire spells at this thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not going to summon Chocobo and Moogle, but when whatever summon you have slotted actually does affect your stats a little bit.
Okay.
Chocobo and Moogle ups your magic stats a little bit, whereas Ifrit ups your attack stats.
Okay.
Ever since he heard about what happened.
I hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research. I look forward to receiving all of your
Oops. Why did I leave? What was I doing? What did I get confused about? Oh, right, I was making a save file. That's a thing to do. Because I did have to do this fight a couple of times. I think just twice. Not again. So I'll several fights over the next couple of sessions. I had to record multiple times, not because like they kicked my ass or they're really difficult or whatever, but typically because I was trying to show off everything that they could do, and I was either like killing them too fast, or I was like failing to show off tech that I wanted. Like because I'm trying to show like. Oh.
Then I invite you to ready your portable battle simulator.
Now, does Aerith get one of those too, or is it just me? Also, as I'm fighting this summon, am I like tweaking out and swinging my sword around wildly in the middle of the town square, Chadley? How does this work exactly? No, but
don't worry about it.
Yeah, showing off everything that I want to show off in these fights often takes a couple of takes, because sometimes it's like, I'm going to show off some tech. Oops, I killed them too fast, and I moved a phase ahead and didn't get to see that attack they wanted to do. And then other times also, maybe I'm like prolonging the fight because I'm trying to show stuff off, and then I get killed. Oops.
I got your number.
She is cool looking.
Yeah. Cool looking, Aerith?
Yeah.
Aiden? God. Damn it. That was going to happen eventually. Manifestation of a queen who once healed the planet's wounds with ice, as evidenced by the permafrost in the polar lands.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Shiva's got a lot of ice-related stuff. If she hits you with just a straight-up blizzard attack, that can silence you. And she's got a move called Whiteout, which can put you to sleep. And you saw a second ago it said resisted when Cloud got hit by that little trail of ice that she leaves behind. That's the little trail she leaves just by moving will hit you with slow if you make contact with it.
The like seated shoot, that's really, I like that is visually appealing to me.
But the good news with Shiva is, like I said, she really doesn't like fire, so she's actually pretty easy to pressure, all things considered.
My turn.
Get fired
Frost familiars.
So the Frost Familiars will... I think they increase the potency of some of her attacks, like she can shoot more attacks. But the main thing that the Frost Familiars do... Also, if she's shooting a Blizzaga at you, it takes a second to explode, so you can get out of the way. But if you don't block it, then you'll probably be stunned and you won't be able to move out of the way. So whenever she's priming up a Blizzaga like she is right now, space out from your AI partner, block, get out of the way.
Okay.
But her familiars have already dissipated, but the other thing that the familiars do is, if she has them up and you shoot fire spells at her, they intercept her fire spell, the fire spells.
Interesting.
So she calls out 3 of those things. She can block the first 3 fire spells you shoot at her, which is another reason why her Aerith's little ward is really important in this fight.
Yeah.
I had Aerith really spend a lot of MP there and just shoot 2 of fully leveled fire spells and get a lot of damage in while she was staggered.
Yeah, the way you should.
Well, sometimes these fights go on a while and you don't want to spend that much MP necessarily, but Shiva's not super duper tough. Now, one thing that's neat when you're fighting summons in VR is they will use their finishing moves on you. You know how when Ifrit leaves, he has a big flaming spout and the chocobos like stampede and whatnot. So all summons have a finishing attack. And when you hit a certain threshold with her, she will use Diamond Dust, which is her. That's pretty much always the name of Shiva's attack in any Final Fantasy game.
When?
Like in most games where summons don't hang out on the battlefield for a while, they just have the one move. Her move is usually called Diamond Dust.
Okay.
Stay right there. Still up for it?
Oh, jeez. At least he didn't stun me there. Well, that wasn't so good.
So yeah, I can see how this could get bad real fast.
Yeah, once she uses Diamond Dust, she starts pulling out a lot more moves. Even though she's got low health right now, she does a lot of if you weren't healed up when she uses Diamond Dust, that can't just kill you. So if you're not ready for that, there's a pretty long like wind up for it. It says Diamond Dust for a while before she casts it. So if you're paying attention, you have a chance to heal. But if you're not ready or if you don't have ATB, that can be the end of your fight. And after she uses it, even though she's got kind of low HP, she still has a lot of moves.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be able to see it better here when she calls out the... Oh, no, I did it before she could actually summon her Frost Familiar, so we're not even going to get to see her Frost Familiars intercept any of those attacks. Because I think we're going to finish her off right here.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
Now, I really hope we didn't scare the fine people of Sector 5.
The Shiva summoning materia is complete.
Wait, already?
And now it's yours. Use it as
You don't need to go back to the lab for...
The Lady of Frost is the perfect companion for a man like you.
What does that mean?
She will prove most useful when the time comes to destroy Shinra.
Is Chadley a magic boy?
He might... Is Chadley a witch?
Chadley could be a witch. This could be the maybe okay, so that's it, right? Because we were talking about like everybody can use materia if they have the appropriate equipment. Maybe not everybody. Maybe there's skills you need to use it. But does using materia make you a witch? Maybe making materia
makes you a witch.
Makes you a witch. Okay, all right, I like this. This makes sense. This makes some sense to me actually.
To be on TV. And to think. Hi there, cute little doggy.
It's a little hard to spot, but there's a dog down there in shadow.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And a bunch of washing machines to put your fabric softener into.
That small child has a fanny pack.
Mm-hmm.
Will he bite me?
No, not if you don't bite him, hopefully. Actually, I really don't know. Different dogs have different temperaments. I think I write a lot of notes about
Your clothes, they smell kind of funny.
Yeah. That was the girl's voice and the dude's lips were flapping. I think he was also doing a line read again and it didn't like register properly.
Can I ask you something? Does the water smell bother you?
There you go. It can be obnoxious to get these barks sometimes. They don't work quite right all the time. But anyway, the other house mother told us a little while ago that she spotted somebody heading toward Aerith's house, and it's finally time to deal with that. We've polished off all the side quests in town.
Okay, all right. Briefly, you said the thing about temperament, and I realized that I have not addressed even to you in person who can see the like small cut above my lip, which resulted from Bean getting rolled over on in the middle of the night.
Bean, your cat. Viewers probably remember that,
Yes.
but just in case.
Not liking that. And
stop it.
Alerting
cut it out.
Me, who was not the man rolling over on top of her, but I was the one that paid the consequences for Spencer being a heavy ass sleeper.
Alright, so I'm not gonna run through our whole setup. Is there if anybody wants to see it? I'll talk about the setup the relevant parts once we're into this fight. Cause shocker.
There he is.
We're gonna have to fight somebody.
He feeding birds?
Yep.
What he doing? I see.
Yep, he's feeding birds. Or maybe he's just talking to them.
They didn't move. They were already up there.
It's true.
What do you want? Haven't seen him before. He your new boy toy?
He's my bodyguard, if you must know.
Wait a minute. Those eyes. Is he the one who beat up Reno?
And what if I am?
Need to cross my T's, dot my I's, that's all.
Cloud, leave him be. Rude's not a bad person, really.
No, I'm not bad. But like it or not, I sometimes have to do bad things.
Oh, the creaking of the leather glove.
This game loves like really intense leather sound effects when people like clench their fists or whatever. It's a sturdy bat.
Surprised we didn't like take a nail to the
These Turks
hand
are
doing
all
that.
the same. All bark, no bite.
You're one to talk.
Why does he keep pushing up the glass?
Cause he's a rude dude.
They don't move. They're already up there.
So this is a really interesting fight. This took me a bunch of takes to show off everything that I wanted to properly. Rude can do all kinds of stuff.
Can't you leave us alone?
Including having a nervous tick.
He can do that too, yes. He can knock you up into the air and then throw you back down. He can just run up to you and grab you and throw you around the stage if he wants to.
My partner.
Come on, then.
Now, unlike most human enemies, Rude is weak to wind, which will, so Aerith and Cloud both have wind equipped. Aerith actually has that as her elemental attack right now, so she's doing a little bit of extra damage. He possesses incredible strength and a well-toned physique. Prefers using his fists as weapons.
Okay.
I love that they're the General Affairs Division. These guys are like, I don't really know exactly how to describe. Like the Turks have a very a very broad job description.
First class.
They don't answer to Heidegger, who's the head of security, but they kind of take care of security concerns. So because Rude is lightweight, you can hit him with the bat and launch him away. Rude is very hard to pressure. There are two ways to pressure him: with the bat. Oh, there's a couple ways. The bat can do it, and also wind can do it. But what's really funny is the wind, like I said before, brings enemies toward you. So you can just
knock him
hit
away
with the bat again.
Hey, that's a great combination.
If you want to, you can do this until you run out of ATB. I could have used wind on him again, pulled him back in, and hit him with the bat again. But I kept like beating him too fast and not being able to show stuff off like I talked about before. So once I got the tech to land once, I didn't do it again because he does move around a lot, and like that wind up takes a while. And as you can tell, he doesn't like just stand around and wait for you to hit him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to hit him with the bat unless you use Disorder, which is how I got in on him. Disorder, close distance, hit him, kind of stunned him for a second, and then I hit him with the big swing. He really chases you down with that. If you want to get away from that charging tackle, you pretty much have to interrupt him with a spell before he gets to you.
Oh, okay.
I think it may be possible to dodge roll out of it, but I was not able to do it successfully on any of these takes.
Okay.
Storm's coming.
Nice. Ooh. Oh.
Okay then.
So he doesn't have funny Mako eyes.
Nah.
Oh my god.
No.
No.
He's got his priorities straight, Aiden.
Can't. Do my job.
So once Rude goes into his second phase, he's got some other stuff. He's also got this attack where he grabs Cloud and spins him around.
Great.
And I'm really glad that I stayed here in slow motion.
Cloud's pretty strong, isn't he?
I've seen his type before.
You don't know me.
As he's spinning him around. So you have to switch to Aerith when he's doing that to Cloud, or else he tosses Cloud at Aerith and damages them both.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's good tech right there.
What I can do.
So
Better than expected.
yeah, but it's pretty easy to avoid if you actually switch to Aerith and are ready for it. Now here's the thing, Rude doesn't actually want to hurt Aerith. He was saying that before. So if you switch to Aerith, he starts behaving completely differently. he throws this cloud of dust at you, which is like sleeping gas or something, which will cast sleep on her and knock her out for a second. And he won't grab her and throw her around like he does to Cloud. He grabs her staff and does a little...
hits her with it.
No, he did a little Shatner chop to the back of her neck to stun her for a second, just to take her out of the fight for a few moments. So that works the same way as when he grabs Cloud and throws him around, but he just wants to stun her for a second. And also, if he misses his C's, he freezes for a second, and he's like stunned. There's like surprised that there's nothing in his hand, so he pretends like, oh, I was actually just pulling down my glove. I didn't mean to miss. It's fine.
Yeah.
Try using it.
But anyway, obviously, since he moves around a good bit, and in this phase, once he goes into a second phase, he puts this like shield up in front of him. You see there's like a weird like yellow cloud in front of him. That significantly reduces physical damage that he's taking, and if you're trying to attack him as Cloud, he will counter. He'll just come out of it and start throwing you around like he was a second ago.
Okay.
If you pelt him with a lot of magic, you'll get the shield to come down, which is very easy to do if you have Aerith's little ward. And if you hit him with, it's difficult to stagger him because he doesn't like being pressured. But you hit him with a lot of magic, pull him over here, and then hit him with focus thrust. You can finish the fight.
Please, just leave us alone.
It's usually really hard to hit him while he's pressured because he's usually like a ways away from you and he recovers really fast. But if you just keep pelting him with wind magic, and then he's like pulled over to you anyway, you can follow up with a focus thrust and try to stagger him.
Hey there, partner. I'm sure you're having the time of your life, but we're needed on standby for a job. It's something about Sector 7. So get your ass back here now.
Understood.
Got somewhere else to be?
Apparently so.
That glasses thing kills me.
He clearly cares a lot about how he looks.
Go home and stay there.
You know I can't do that.
Huh?
Ah, Aerith is owning everybody.
Yeah.
She's so cool. So it was really fast, and you may have missed it, but his ringtone was a rendition of the Final Fantasy Victory theme. That has become kind of like a running gag in the compilation of FF7. In the movie, there's a scene where someone gets their ass like completely kicked, but then their phone rings and it's the Victory theme, and they're like, "Oh, actually, they're fine. They were really tough. Like, they were fine." And they've done that like a couple of times with other FF7 things as it's gone on.
I see.
But anyway, we're all done with chores around town. I don't know how, like, Aerith's mom seemed to kind of react a bit weird when we came in the first place. I think if I come in with a totally different sword than I had 3 hours ago, much less a bat with a bunch of nails in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, but I don't think it would help whatever my rep is with her. So switch back to the sword that I had before.
Consistency is key.
Exactly. I don't want her asking any more questions about what we were up to for the last couple of hours.
Wait a sec.
Hey, what? Aerith, hey, what? Camera's in the bush. This never happened to me before in my other run through this.
So, you coming?
I'm coming. So
You said wait a sec.
Yeah. So this is very similarly, you'll recall, with Tifa, once we did all of her side quests, there was an extra little thing where we went back to her apartment, and we talked for a little bit, caught up a little bit about what Claude had been up to for the last several years, and she asked us what kind of dress we thought she would look good in. So this is similarly an optional scene that you will only get if you do all of the side quests in Sector 5.
Okay.
You talking to the...
Shh. So, yeah. It was that kind of day. Let's go. Shouldn't keep Mom waiting.
Hey, what'd they say?
Good work today, guys. Kidding. They didn't say a word. But, you know... never mind. It's not like you'd believe me after all.
Probably not.
Wait a second, that's not how you talk to girls.
Tell me anyway.
There, nailed it.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
It won't be much longer now. The flowers, they have something important to tell us. Something they need to share with us. At least, that's the feeling I get. But before they can, there's a final step that has to be taken. Otherwise, we won't hear them. Maybe I should just give up. Honestly, it's what I do best.
Could have fooled me. From what I've seen, you're no quitter.
Well, today's special. That's why I've been working my butt off.
What's so special about it?
Okay, time to go.
Ma'am.
Learn to talk to her.
Did the flowers say anything?
Good work today, guys?
That's the spirit.
So yeah, they're obviously like a little lower resolution, like lower poly than they should be, but these are obviously the same type of flower that she presented to us.
Yes.
All those months of filming and days of in story time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that orb of MP up materia will not be there if you didn't do all the side quests. That's your little bonus for doing everything,
Okay.
other than just the scene.
Mm-hmm. Very nice scene.
So, there is one thing, is that Aerith, like, especially here, she's maybe, some people might be worried that if they're not familiar with this material, they might be worried that is she veering, like, a little bit into, like, Manic Pixie Dream Girl territory? Like, just a little bit. So, like I said, even though Aerith is being more direct than some of our other characters, there is a reason that she's being so pushy with Cloud. And she does have her own secrets and her own internal life that will...
Okay.
And frankly, we're going to learn a lot more... how do I put this? Just a particular puzzle piece is going to slot in later on.
Okay.
Her. But,
I'm good with that.
Soon, yeah. But for now, let's head back inside. See if maybe her mom is
You're heading in already?
not as upset about me being here. Maybe now she's had time to warm to the idea.
Yeah, that's enough for one day.
We did do a lot.
We did a lot of stuff. Didn't make a lot of money, but we did a lot of stuff. It was a full day, not necessarily like a lucrative day.
Where have you two been? I've been worried sick.
Sorry. We got a little sidetracked.
Dinner's ready, in case you're wondering.
Ah, great.
But before we sit down, I want you to make up the guest room.
Gotcha. Take a load off, okay?
And by take a load off, I mean like take the sword off your back and the metal shoulder plate. It must weigh a ton. You don't need to carry that around when you're inside.
Judging by those eyes, I'm guessing you're a soldier.
Ex-soldier.
I hate to ask, but would you leave tonight without any fuss, no questions? You boys made a trade, a normal life, for power. You can't have it both ways.
I'm back!
Good. Now, I hope you're hungry.
Starving, right?
I've never been so proud. The man you've become. Women must be hounding you day and night.
Not really.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say.
Don't want to overstay my welcome.
The price of strength.
Yeah, it's not so great. You were making some noises and had like a skeptical look on your face toward the ending of that scene with Cloud's mom.
I don't know. I guess boy moms be different than girl moms.
What do you mean by that? Also, you gotta sneak out here. There's, for some reason, suddenly the second floor of this place has become absolutely flooded with junk, including a bucket that's just right in front of you, and if you jostle any of this stuff, Aerith comes out and tells you, what are you doing trying to sneak out? What are you talking about, girl moms and boy moms?
The difference in, like, Aerith's mom being like, you don't get to have a normal life, leave.
Yeah.
And his mom being like, I'm so proud, I bet the girls are all over you. You should find a nice woman that'll take care of you. Like I don't even have to get, like, more real life than that. They presented a very clear juxtaposition.
Yeah. No, I got it.
How do I get to Sector 7?
It's simple enough. Just cut through Sector 6. It isn't exactly safe, but...
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean directions? The play, it's a giant circle.
Promise me, you'll never talk to Aerith again. Please.
You got it.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez, I guess I lied. We're never gonna find out what was driving Aerith. Sorry, guys. I was telling fibs a minute ago.
Are you, though?
I'm sorry.
Are you, though?
Well...
I'm not convinced. Like, can we get any context, please?
Well, I guess those last 4 episodes were a wash. We're talking about, you know, the level of intrigue that's been introduced now. We got this whole other character and this other stuff. I guess this is all just a big head fake. Well, I mean, we promised. Never gonna talk to her again. Guess
what if
this
she
story's
talks
over.
to me? I mean, like...
I guess this story's over.
I never said I wouldn't write her letters.
I resent that. Because slander's spoken in print, it's a libel. Well, that sure was a weird thing. But I got my own problems I gotta deal with. Gotta get back to business.
I gotta find out what dress Tifa wore.
And since we're never gonna see Aerith again, and that was the ending of her story, we should probably spend at least a little bit more time with her.
Yay!
Because what happens if you fail to sneak out? If you jostle all that crap that she's just left sitting around everywhere.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Did you have a bad dream? Don't worry, you'll feel much better in the morning.
Did you put on your sword because you had a bad dream and you thought monsters were attacking you, Cloud?
Okay. Please don't let her hear me again.
Okay, so you get to try, I guess, until you get out.
And actually, as you continue to fail, the amount of clutter reduces. That bucket stays there. I knocked over that wicker basket. It's too loud.
You jerk.
You jerk.
I thought I told you not to leave your room. Now get back in there.
Can I go in your room and see what's inside that chest? Am I allowed? It's probably a cool item or something. Aerith, what's in that chest? I'm never gonna see her again. I'm never gonna find out what's in that chest. Yeah, now a bunch of the stuff is gone. The bucket that was right in front of our feet is gone. What if I kick this fire hydrant?
No more games.
This reads to me like Aerith deliberately booby-trapped the second floor to try and stop you from sneaking out.
Yeah, no, I believe that. Absolutely.
And anyway, that's the last we'll see of Aerith, I guess. In the next episode, I guess we'll get the plot back on the rails since that was a pointless diversion.
I see. Well, something to look forward to, I suppose.
Indeed.